Hi, welcome everyone. Today we're joined by Jose Ruiz and Miguel Ruiz Jr. Thank you both for joining us today.
Thank you so much, Andrew, for having me on your program. And I'm Macarena here too.
Yes, thank you, brother. Thank you, Andrew.
It's so great to have you both on the line. I think it's one of the more joyful conversations we've had on here in a while. Even from the first bit, there was laughter and teasing, and it was a lot of fun.
That's when you bring brothers together. We give each other a hard time, and at the same time we smile about it.
Yes, it's always good when you reach a certain age and you get together and you remember all those high school days, and then you just keep those high school days alive and you don't grow up.
Nice.
Speaking of which, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Don Jose. Welcome to your 40s, carnal.
Thank you.
So it's official and it's out there now. You're welcome to the years of maturity and wisdom.
Yeah, I made it.
Yeah.
So what's the key to being so lighthearted and keeping that freshness and that joy alive, even as we grow older?
Well, one thing for me is that for many of the time of my life, I made life serious until I really discovered that life is a vacation. And then we go on vacation, how are we going to live it? How are we going to plan it? Serious, stressful, or just about having fun and experiencing everything that's going to come our way? Because at the end of the day, we have no control. And there's something in the past that we want to control to feel safe. But if it's even safer when you don't have that responsibility of control, you just are service to wherever your heart may speak and connect to.
Mm-hmm. It's really about engaging in the relationships. For example, like Jose talks about being in service. As a father, I'm in service to my children. And the service is, at the stage they're in, for example, like 11 and 13. Prior to those years, it was about keeping them safe, survival, and getting through the childhood. Now, as they're entering their teenage years, is to teach them how to survive without me. So my service changed. My service for them changed in the sense that I went from protector, which I'm still am in a way, of course, but now I'm teaching them how to be their own protector. And same thing with my wife, and same thing with my brother Jose Luis, same thing with my brother Leo, same thing with my father, with my mother. The service is really about engaging and being in relationship with them, and being there for them simply means to be there because we love them. And something as I watch Jose evolve and having the privilege of watching him all of his life, I see the journey he's done, and it's a very impressive journey. He's done incredible things. So as a big brother, I'm very proud of that. And one of the big lessons was, it's his life, not my life. Oh. And that's really it. It's not, I don't have to judge him or punish him for why don't you make the same judges I make and that kind of thing. Hey, the bigote does give you a little authority. but it's his life. And I give my hand there to help him if he needs it. And most of the time he doesn't need that hand. And when that happens is because we're busy laughing and having fun and enjoying each other's company and having a good cup of coffee together, and sometimes getting on the road and sharing all these stories. And when we're on the road, we just talk. And that's the service. We're engaging.
Nice. And returning to this idea of life is a vacation. That's a very powerful idea. Was there a moment or some change that happened when life stopped being so serious and became a vacation for you? What was that?
Well, there were so many steps. There's so many layers, because in the Toltec tradition, there's nothing to learn but to unlearn. So let's say there's very things that we unlearn to enjoy a vacation. Like we have to do this, we have to do that, but at the same time, we have to do what makes our heart smile, and that we have to sacrifice to do for fit into this world. And these last months has been a very transformative part for my family, and especially for me. So I've been seeing things about me that I want to let go of, but they continue to sneak up upon. So not long ago, our stepmama, passed away, and when we were doing the wake, I was seeing her, it came to my head, we're one day gonna die, and everything that we have is gonna die with us. Why and not in this moment let go of everything that we want to let go of right now, because we, in the Toltec tradition, we begin training as the angel of death. Not that we're taking away lives or anything. No, we're taking away dreams that take our inspiration away. So in this moment, when I was seeing my mama, I got into my head, it's time right now to be the angel of death and to give that death to all those dreams that doesn't support my life anymore. That those things that, that take away from me. And it's nothing with negativity. It's nothing with fear. It's just awareness. And when you apply and execute with awareness, it's nothing guilt. There's nothing to be shameful for. It's something that you do at service. And it's like when my brother speaks, when he's taking care of his babies, he doesn't care about any judgment or what any people tell him. He's just going to take care of his baby, what he feels in his heart. And this is exactly what this body is for us. It's our baby. And many times, we've been hanging around with like a puppy, that we abuse the puppy just because we're going to give him a cookie. And the puppy stays with us because he's going to get cookie. But it's traumatized. So when I see the body that way, and all the negativity that I give it to the body, all the negativity, the stories, the mind, and all the things, the conflict, it's time to end it. So in these times of transformation, I really let go of that so I can fully enjoy my vacation. Not pretend I'm enjoying my vacation, but really enjoy my vacation and being truthful and honest, about what I want in my life and what I don't want, without, having the guilt that I might hurt somebody's feeling or something. Because at the end of the day, we cannot enable somebody because we sacrifice ourselves. And then we make the lie, just become bigger than it is. But when we begin doing our truth, when we get comfortable in the uncomfortableness, we begin transforming. And what we're changing, it is, the way that we live. And when we wake up, like I wake up in the morning, say, may life protect me from myself, Jose, today. May life protect me from myself, from things that I'm going to take personal, things that make me react. They're just illusion. Remember that, Jose. They're not real. It's just illusion where we lose ourselves. And this is when I really focus on my vacation of letting things go that doesn't serve anymore while we are alive. It's like Gloria Stefan says, if you're going to give me flowers, don't wait till I'm dead. Give them to me while I'm alive. And that's what my body's saying to me too.
Beautiful, very beautifully said. Did you want to add any, Miguel, or?
I think that's perfect. We when we discover our own mortality, when Mama Gaia left us, and my grandma left us and my uncle left us, and a lot of people in our lives leave us, it makes you reflect on life, that I am not this body, I'm not this mind, I'm the force that gives life to both. So how do I want to live the rest of my life? And the beautiful thing about that question is that nobody else gets to answer that but me. And if the question, what do I want to do for the rest of my life, is too daunting, too overwhelming, then make it short. What do you want your next 5 years to look like? What do you want your next 10 years to look like? And don't go further than that. Just look at this immediate future and what you want to create. Because that's the beautiful thing about being alive in this body and in this mind, that I can use both as an instrument to create the most perfect nightmare, the most perfect harmonious dream. And I choose to create a harmonious dream. I start within myself, and I begin to share that with my family, with my friends, with the people in my life. But I can't give what I do not have. So you realize that life, yes, it goes by in a blink of an eye. We're going through 2018. We're going to 2019. 1988, when me and my brother were first to start discovering our music, the music that we loved, and it was such a long time ago. It almost feels like a different lifetime ago. But then, you look at 2010, it feels like it was just yesterday, yet it was 8 years ago. And 2002, when my dad had his heart attack, it all goes by so fast. And you realize that, what am I going to do with my life? Am I going to live it for someone else's point of view? Am I going to live it letting someone else's prejudice of me make me feel inferior? And then I remember Eleanor Roosevelt's quote, no one can make me feel inferior without my consent, which means that if there are those things that make me feel bad about myself or judgmental, then it's because I've given those words permission to impact me. How do I want to live my life? How do I want to engage it? I am the oldest I'm ever going to be at this very moment. At this very moment, I am the sum of every decision that I've ever made. But at the same time, I'm also the youngest I will ever be because I have my whole life ahead of me. The pictures that someone will take of me at this very day, 5 years from now, 10 years will look, now I'll look at those pictures and go, man, look how young I was. Even with the mustache, I still look young. And then you realize that, all right, this is the moment. I can't go back in the past and change a yes to a no. So how do I atone for the past? Well, I see it through the eyes of compassion. If there's times where I need to ask for forgiveness, I'll ask for forgiveness. But mostly I'm going to say I'm sorry because I assume responsibility for my actions and I realize how much I've hurt someone. So I'm going to see it from their point of view and I see my own selfishness in that and I'll apologize. And at the same time, how can I reconstruct it? How can I create it? How can I make amends? And the way we do amends is by healing those wounds, healing the wounds that conditional love death in my life. We're healing the wounds that I inflicted upon myself. And that's the beauty that I get to do. As I grow older, I'm simply living life. And in that life, I can bring harmony into my life by healing the wounds that I created and did against myself. Yes, there are people out there who did things, but I just simply used that to reinforce whatever belief I had in my own mind. Like Jose has this image that in his teachings he says, and I love it. It's like a scorpion stinging him or herself over and over again with his or her own tail. Well, that pain will stop when I stop doing that. And I love that image that Jose created. I'm like, it's perfect. So I stop using that tail in that way. And I begin to heal. And in that healing, well, I don't feel the need to share poison with anyone else because there's no more poison to give.
Beautiful. One thing we're really excited about is hosting both of you in Boone, North Carolina at the Art of Living Retreat Center for your workshop, The Agreements of Love. Sounds like a really exciting time. Both of you excellent teachers. Could you tell us a little more about what that means, the agreements of love?
Well, Jose, go for it.
It's something beautiful, when the experience that we have, when we close our eyes and we feel beauty inside of us or have a spiritual experience outside in life, that's something. But could you imagine having consciously that awareness that energy comes out of us? And then we can apply that energy, that nectar, into every word that we speak. That the word that we speak has energy now, has life of its own. So when we are speaking with that source, putting it into those beautiful words, we're making the impeccability of the word manifest with our love. So we're making a new agreement. We're not corrupting the word, but using the word in totally for the best of our love of our life. And the love of our life is right here. Because we know what to support with the love of life, because we know what makes us happy and we know what makes us suffer, because we are that love of our life. And when we love ourselves so much, we enter the mastery of love. So we make an agreement with our love to support the love of our life. And supporting the love of our life, we can support all of our family, all of our friends, everywhere we go. We wake up the presence and we will deliver it wherever we go, the message that we are.
Yeah. The agreements of love is the action of saying yes to one another and creating that bond. And from that bond, we create the dream of us. And we can make the most harmonious dream or the perfect nightmare. But the agreements of love is the way we want to share that energy that creates that bond between us in order to create something, well, beautiful in my point of view.
Very beautiful. So is it more about the inner experience of finding love within ourselves or between people, or a bit of both, a dance of both?
You can say that. Yeah, it's all of it, yeah. My love, just as much as I'm not this body, I'm the force that gives life to this body. Just as much as I'm not this mind, I'm the force that gives life to this mind. If we understand this concept, then we can see that I'm the source of my love because I'm the force that creates my love. I am the source. So it's not about finding it. It's about becoming aware of the truth. I create it. It's my creation. And it's how I choose to express myself.
Yes, and when a star finds its mastery, when a star finds its message, it creates so much light and so much love that makes the sun bright, so much shine. And the sun that shines so much bright will inspire everyone that is in front of that sun. And this is what Toltecs means, artists of the spirit. So we're here to inspire one another to live in love. And this is what agreement of love it is, to walk the Toltec path for the rest of our life.
Well, it's hard to find a stronger message or a better ending than that. That we're here to inspire each other to live in love. Thank you both so much for sharing with us today and coming online. And a big warm invitation to everyone watching, all the viewers. Really beautiful experience this October, and we invite you to share it with us. There's a link in the comments section if you want to learn more. Also, it has a link from there to the websites for both Miguel and Don Jose, so you can learn more about their work, their teachings, and about this really beautiful message. So thank you both.
Thank you, and I hope everyone there in North Carolina are doing well after this hurricane. My love and prayers are with you guys, and hope that everyone's doing okay.